Stump Station. Today we are in Greece at Red Bull Gym Clash, and I have a special guest today. He is all over CrossFit and the functional fitness scene, 11-time CrossFit Games competitor, podiuming second and third place. Noah Ohlsen, welcome.
My pleasure. It's an honor to be here with you, brother. I appreciate that. That was a powerful intro, and I hope I can live up to the hype.
You've lived there. I've been a huge fangirl my whole life. We're trying to keep it in since 2014.
Let it out. It's all good. We're friends now, so.
And like, I've lived in Saudi 8.5 years. I want to teach you a little bit of Arabic.
Okay,
Say
please.
to your amazing wife. I know you're a family man.
Beautiful, yes, sir.
So you'll say to your wife, Joanne, right?
Yes, you got
You'd
it.
say, Ayuni
Ayunik
Jamila.
Jamila. Ayunik Jamila.
So you're saying you have beautiful eyes.
Okay, cool. It's so funny that you said that in particular because I live in Miami and a lot of people in Miami speak Spanish. One of the first things that I was taught in Spanish when I lived there was tus ojos iluminan mi vida, which means your eyes light up my life. So that's a good common phrase there. Can you say it one more time for me?
Ayunik
Ayunik
Jamila.
Jamila. Ayunik Jamila.
So you say, Joanne, Ayunik Jamila.
Ayunik Jamila. Good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Earning me some brownie points.
You're gonna look good when you go home.
Yeah. And I hear that you're getting married soon as well. Congratulations.
Thank
Very
you.
exciting.
Thank you. Next year, you know, my incredible Saudi wife to be, and I've got to I've just got to embrace the Arabic a bit more. But it's amazing.
Sounds like you're doing it already. I'm sure
I'm
she
trying.
appreciates it.
She has to go with it.
Yeah.
I've got to get brownie points as well.
Nice. Worth it.
That being said, like, you've been in this functional fitness since the years, and you've been doing Insta Games 11 times, and he's podiums, and you already spoke about, you know, when you came second, it was like bittersweet. And what was that like, especially when, come on, second in the world?
Yeah.
And at the time, let's be unsure for Did you go to be number one? What was that feeling like then compared to now?
For sure. I think because for so long my goal had been to win the CrossFit Games. The fact that I was so close to doing it, not only did I finish second, but there was a time during the final day of competition when I was in first place. I was in the lead, so it was right there. And to have come so close, it could have been bittersweet. And maybe there were moments where I felt that, but I had to be very intentional, and I chose to try to reframe that for myself, and instead of feeling the bitterness, just really focus on the sweetness and celebrate the fact that it was the best that I'd ever done at the games. I accomplished maybe not my ultimate goal of winning the CrossFit Games, but my secondary goal of making the podium at the CrossFit Games, and wanted to just be positive with that and celebrate that moment rather than look back on it and always be like, oh, man, that was the year that I almost won or could have won. Instead, that's the year that I finally made my dream come true of getting on the podium.
And I think it's odd because we don't realize when you wear that leader's jersey and you see yourself in number one, which is a dream, right? You want to keep.
For sure.
So I think it's so odd that anyone that don't know what it's like to be there when you live your whole life to be that moment. It can be tough at the moment, but it's good that you appreciate it now and see it.
I think so. And it's also interesting, I'm sorry to jump in a little bit there, that I've been aware over the years that there's a fine line between keeping that competitiveness and fire and like letting that almost disappointment maybe fuel you versus the gratitude and appreciation can almost dull your competitiveness, because if you are okay with taking second all the time, you maybe aren't going to have that fire to win and take first. And so it's this delicate balance between, well, do I choose to be grateful for this and maybe not have as much of the motivation to come back next year and win it, or is it somehow that the gratitude is going to make me train harder to make sure that I feel this feeling again? I don't know. It's an interesting, delicate balance. I think some people lean hard into the anger and like aggression to fuel them. That's not so much my style, but it definitely works for some people.
And is that still your goal?
That's a tough question, and that's also something that I've battled with for a while. I would say, honestly, genuinely, as much as I am conditioned to say yes, that's my goal, at this point in my career, it's not realistic that I am fighting for the top spot, and that's hard to say. I would love to be still up at the top competing for the title of fittest man on earth, but I'm 34, almost 35 years old, and a lot of the guys that are at the top now are 25 years old. So they're 10 years younger than me, and not that age is the biggest factor in all of this, but it certainly seems to help, and they're just like our new developments and new skills that athletes that have been doing it longer have been learning. And so I'm kind of just hanging on at this point and trying to still be competitive with the big dogs, which I've managed to do at certain points, but genuinely it's probably not realistic for me to say that I'm going to win at this point.
You know, you go team and you do stuff there, so that still could be an opportunity to
Totally.
sure that.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I chose to transition into team, because I realized that there's more of an opportunity to be competitively successful in that division than there was solo anymore. And that still fuels me. Like, I love winning. And so if I have the opportunity to win over here, maybe I do that for a little bit.
That's true. And like the whole functional fitness scene has changed so much. And as you can see, Red Bull Gym Clash is doing an incredible job at the first event. And what are your thoughts so far? We haven't even started competing yet.
Right.
But the event has been amazing. What are your first rates?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful that Red Bull is providing this opportunity for everybody. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Red Bull athlete and I'm supposed to say that. I really mean it. I think it's awesome that athletes like yourself, like your teammates, like your competitors, like myself, hopefully in the future, are able to be flown out to a beautiful place like Athens, get to throw down and do what they love in front of tons of people. There's going to be hundreds of people packed in this little doing tonight. So I think it's really cool. And I am hopeful that they continue to host competitions like this and provide opportunities for athletes, because I know opportunities like this in the past have given me the ability to have a life that I am so grateful for.
And I think they're setting the standard so high for competitions,
Yeah.
flying everyone out, coming to Greece. It's so good. Where do you see Red Bull taking us in the next 2 years? Because this is the first one, and they've already set the standards high.
For sure.
So what's your expectations? What do you think will happen in the next couple of years?
It almost makes me nervous for people to get used to this kind of treatment. I'm sure that they'll continue to treat athletes this way, if not continue to elevate the way that they're treating everybody. But it's unique. Like, most competitions that I've competed in, not only are you not getting flown out, put up in hotels, paid to be there, you're having to do that yourself. You're having to come out of your pocket to go to the CrossFit Games. You're paying for your flight, you're paying for your hotel, you're paying a registration fee to compete. And so the fact that Red Bull is taking care of the athletes in this way is pretty special, and I'm hopeful that they're able to continue to do so.
I agree, and I think it gives the opportunity for athletes to actually make this a full-time living, and not just the top athletes like yourself to be able to do that. And you think that's amazing. But what is one misconception people don't realize what it takes to be at that top level?
I think if you want to do this full-time, if you want to be the best in the world, you have to be fully committed to it, and you would have to do this full-time. Like, obviously, to do this full-time, you have to do it full-time. But opportunities like this, where Red Bull is allowing people at a more amateur level that don't spend their entire day training to compete, is cool, and it's unique. And that's why I was saying I hope that they're able to continue to do it. And it makes me nervous for people like that are getting this opportunity to get used to it, because it is so unique.
No, I agree. I think it's amazing. I think people don't realize what it does take you to sacrifice.
Right.
And I know we don't have a lot of time, so we normally just end the podcast with quick fire questions.
Okay.
It's going to be, hopefully you can do it in like 2 seconds.
Okay.
But if you don't, it's okay.
I don't know what the schedule's like. If you want to go longer, we can. If you want to get to the rapid fire, we can jump into it.
I've been told that I've got a minute.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're good.
I did not realize that we were at that tight time clock. Yeah, let's do it.
So first question, what is the most painful workout you've ever done?
Oh, most painful workout I've ever done, I think, was called Atalanta. And it might actually be named after some sort of Greek legend. That could be wrong there. But it was at the end of the 2020 CrossFit Games. They had to do, in a 20-pound weighted vest, a 1-mile run, 100 handstand push-ups, 200 pistol squats, 300 pull-ups, and then another mile run. That workout alone was disgusting. Add the weighted vest, add the fact that we had already done 15 other events. That was pretty brutal.
And what is one activity you like outside the gym?
I love family, as we talked about earlier, so spending time with them is awesome. The second thing that came to mind, or don't tell my wife I said this, but the first thing that came to mind was going to the movies. I really love theater and cinema and stuff like that. Being entertained is cool.
Oh, I love that. And what is one quote you live by?
Happy but hungry is the first one that comes to mind for me. That's kind of my mantra over the years, finding a balance between working hard but enjoying the process. I think allows you to be successful, but also allow it to be sustainable.
No, I love that. And what is one advice you'd give to all the Arabs and people in Saudi who want to compete at the highest level? What advice would you give them to push the level that you're?
I think along the lines of what I was just saying with happy but hungry, if you manage to work hard and have fun, that's going to allow you with the hard work to make progress and advance and be able to compete at a higher level. But if you can have fun along the way, it's going to allow you to do it for longer and to enjoy the process.
I love it. Right. Yeah. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
I know it was quick. It's the quickest podcast I've ever done.
Okay.
That's great.
Me too.
Make sure you subscribe, guys, and it's been amazing.
Stump Station, let's go.